It's always great to return to the conversation about the Philadelphia Eagles. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I'm recording this on a Wednesday night, so if you're watching, I hope your evening is going well. For those of you watching at a later date, thank you for including this discussion in your day. What I want to address here is an update on the play known as the Tush Push, with information from the league commissioner and an insider. Last week, during the NFL owners' meetings in Palm Beach, Florida, this topic became a major point of discussion. Originally, a vote was scheduled on the matter, but it was postponed because 16 owners voted to keep the play, while another 16 opted to ban it. The Green Bay Packers, as they headed to the NFL Combine, started to gain momentum in this debate and presented a proposal to eliminate the play, citing safety concerns and issues related to the pace of the game. For this proposal to pass, 24 out of the 32 owners needed to agree to make it illegal. It's interesting to note how the Packers brought this proposal into the discussion, as everything had been set for a vote during the owners' meetings. During the preparations, there were heated debates, with one team defending their reasons for wanting to keep the play, while others expressed their concerns. For the proposal to pass, 24 votes were needed. However, it fell 8 votes short of that number. Still, there is a significant chance that this matter will be revisited. The topic was postponed until the next NFL meeting scheduled for the following month, and at that point, the league will likely attempt to persuade the 8 owners who voted against it to change their minds. Although the issue was brief, there is still a significant chance that the play will be reevaluated and discussed in greater detail. The topic was postponed to the next NFL meetings in the upcoming month, and it's likely that the league will make efforts to convince the 8 owners to support the ban and eliminate the play. By now, you've probably noticed my stance on this topic. The Eagles are the only team in the NFL that executes this play with great effectiveness. While it's available to all teams, many choose not to use it because they lack the necessary elements to do so. Other teams don't have an offensive line as physical, strong, and talented as the Philadelphia Eagles, or a quarterback as exceptional who can lift considerable loads. Interestingly, the Packers expressed safety concerns, but a study conducted by the league showed that this play does not cause injuries. Additionally, it's worth mentioning that the Eagles started using this play in 2022, achieving a conversion rate of over 90%. Last season, this number was approximately 81%. The league has demonstrated its ability to adapt to this play and made defensive progress, but other teams still admire Philadelphia's success rate. This admiration seems to be one of the factors that drive the Packers and other teams to seek the removal of the play. This seems a bit weak, considering football is about strategy, exploiting an opponent's weaknesses, and leveraging your own strengths. It's about developing creative strategies and play designs that use players effectively in the pursuit of victory. The Eagles are an example of this approach. The coach began considering various versions of the quarterback sneak years ago, during his time with another team, where he coordinated one of the most talented quarterbacks of the era. Then, between 2021 and 2022, he began experimenting with these concepts, taking the team to a level of excellence. They devoted significant effort to this play, which requires not only strength, but also timing, skill, and practice to dominate the line of scrimmage. The complexities of this play are numerous, and the Eagles excel in its execution. The Eagles have reached a level where they truly dominate this play, dedicating enormous effort to it. This requires not only physical strength, but also precision, skill, and constant repetition to outdo opponents on the line of scrimmage. There are a number of complexities involved in this play, and what the team has done is develop additional tactics from it. They've innovated with plays that allow for a subtle end around, a clever fake tush push, and then a deep pass. We've seen the Eagles implementing these variations, while the league seems to be taking a relatively cautious stance regarding this play. The lack of visual appeal is pointed to as the justification, but football, at its core, is about physicality. Is a quarterback sneak considered aesthetically pleasing? If safety is a concern, this play in particular hasn't caused any injuries. While the league raises safety concerns related to this play, injuries can occur at any point in the game, at any level, which I find quite irrational. Any athlete can get injured at any moment. One of the coaches who advocates most strongly for banning this play is the Buffalo coach, who last year used the Tush Push frequently, but failed on 4 attempts during the conference championship game against the Chiefs, which greatly impacted his loss. After reviewing the footage, it became clear that the quarterback often received the snap and moved to the left. What did the Chiefs do? They concentrated their defense on that side and managed to stop the play. Personally, I am fully against the elimination of this play. It is a hallmark of the Eagles and reflects the unique makeup of their roster. Any other team could adopt it, but they don't because they lack the capability. A play shouldn't be eliminated just because one team excels at executing it. Recently, an interesting report surfaced suggesting that the influence of the league commissioner will be tested soon as he advocates for the adoption of 2 major rule changes. At the last league annual meeting, team owners decided to delay the vote on 2 proposals that could have a significant impact: the ban on the controversial Tush Push and the revision of playoff criteria based solely on regular season records. The first proposal originated from the Packers, while the second was suggested by the Lions, but sources indicate that there is support for both changes and further backing is being sought. The discussion about banning the Tush Push was a hot topic in the meeting, heavily influenced by the way the Eagles executed the quarterback sneak, which was crucial to their Super Bowl win. It seems that the owners are divided on this issue, with much of the resistance coming from concerns about player safety. Interestingly, there were no reports of injuries last year due to the Tush Push. The main objections seem to be based on aesthetic preferences and the perception that it resembles a rugby maneuver. Jordan Mailata has a rugby background, having played in Australia, and he stated that the situation in question doesn't resemble a play from that sport. On the other hand, a prominent figure in American football described it as a rugby-inspired maneuver. However, it's important to note that the shotgun formation was introduced in the 1970s and isn't subject to restrictions. This same individual revolutionized offensive football with innovations in pre-snap movements and player alignments. So would it be right to ban these aspects as well? Football, at its core, is about physical strength, and the team in question clearly demonstrates that grit on the field. Further reports suggest there are safety concerns that need to be taken into account. Furthermore, opponents of this play argue that the defense isn't allowed to push, but can move toward the line of scrimmage. In some situations, the strength and momentum generated by the defense might exceed a push since the ball must be triggered before any pushing force is applied. Timing the run to the line of scrimmage helps defenders reach their maximum speed in an attempt to disrupt the play. All these aspects are being analyzed in the discourse on banning this action, although many of the arguments presented fail to hold up when properly examined. The idea encompasses more than just a simple shove, as the ball must first be snapped before the push can occur. Players have the opportunity to time their approach to the line of scrimmage and sprint at full throttle in an attempt to halt the play. All these elements are under scrutiny in the pursuit of eliminating this play, yet none seem rational. The franchise owners cast their votes on this issue, but it failed to secure the requisite majority, achieving only a small portion of the votes needed. This indicates that, due to the lack of sufficient backing, the play is likely to persist in the game. Questions regarding player safety are raised, particularly because athletes are vulnerable, bearing in mind that the sport features players weighing 250 pounds who can sprint 40 yards in 4.4 seconds at maximum speed, resulting in collisions comparable to those on busy roads. One athlete did not suffer an injury during a football play, but instead collapsed. There is an inherent risk present in every play, especially at the highest levels, and this scenario is no different. However, this does not imply that it is fundamentally unsafe. Football is, by its very definition, a risky sport. The commissioner pointed out that substantial evidence suggests a need to explore some modification to this play. He recognized that a proposal aimed at adjusting based on historical data is a reasonable thought, although it comes with challenges, such as the financial implications from home games. The league might decide that if a team wins its division with a less than 500 record, it should not be eligible to host a playoff game. On the other hand, if a team wins its division with a record exceeding 500, it will be granted the opportunity to host a playoff game. These two significant matters are set to be revisited in May, specifically on the 20th and 21st, during the forthcoming meetings. Furthermore, a source revealed on a local radio station that there could be a potential movement to retire this specific play. He proposed that delaying the decision might simply be a strategy to gather additional votes for either reversing the decision or modifying the surrounding terminology. He expressed doubt that the play would still be a staple in the league by the year 2025, which he finds disappointing, though he is keen to observe the innovative tactics that will emerge while continuing to excel with traditional quarterback sneaks. The individual in charge of pivotal decisions within the league, alongside an insider, has hinted at exciting draft coverage that will be available shortly as we near the end of the week. With the draft just around the corner, remarkable insights will keep flowing along with the latest updates, speculations, and evaluations. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a twist that's sparking buzz across the NFL, rumors are heating up around a potential move that could reshape the Philadelphia Eagles offense. Kendrick Bourne might be landing in the city of brotherly love. Just a year removed from catching 2 touchdowns against Philly in a narrow Patriots loss, Bourne's name is once again tied to the Eagles, but this time as a possible new weapon in green. Could the very man who torched their secondary in Week 1 of 2023 be suiting up for them in 2025? Kendrick Bourne, a savvy wide receiver known for his route running and contagious energy, has had an up-and-down ride since entering the NFL. After solid seasons with the San Francisco 49ers and New England Patriots, Bourne seemed poised for a breakout in 2023, until a devastating ACL tear in Week 8 against Miami abruptly ended his campaign. Up to that point, he had shown flashes of brilliance, most notably in his performance against the Eagles themselves. Despite the injury, the Patriots showed faith in the veteran wideout by handing him a 3-year contract extension in March 2024. That confidence was reaffirmed when Bourne was activated from the reserve/PUP list in October, signaling a comeback story that's just beginning. But now, with the Eagles reportedly showing interest, fans and analysts alike are wondering, could New England's investment turn into Philadelphia's gain? For the Eagles, Bourne could be the exact kind of versatile threat they need, especially in the slot. With defenses focused on A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, Bourne could quietly become a third-down machine and red zone threat. Plus, his familiarity with playoff pressure and locker room leadership would instantly boost the Eagles' receiver room. The potential pairing feels like a natural fit, both on paper and in energy. Kendrick Bourne's playing style is built on precision, energy, and timing. While he may not have the raw speed of a deep threat burner, his strengths lie in his crisp route running and ability to create separation in tight spaces. He thrives in short to intermediate routes, especially slants, digs, and outs, making him a consistent option on third downs and in high-pressure moments. His football IQ allows him to find soft spots in zone coverage, and his timing with quarterbacks often leads to big plays in critical situations. One of Bourne's most underrated traits is his ability to make contested catches. Despite not being the biggest or fastest receiver on the field, he plays with an aggressive edge, often out-muscling defenders at the catch point. That tenacity shows up in the red zone, where he's been a surprisingly effective target, using body control and quick footwork to gain position and finish plays. His 2-touchdown game against the Eagles in 2023 is a prime example of his knack for turning limited touches into meaningful production. Another key component of Bourne's game is his energy, something coaches and teammates consistently praise. He brings a contagious enthusiasm to the huddle, and his competitive spirit often elevates those around him. Whether it's celebrating a teammate's catch or hyping up the crowd after a first down, Bourne plays with passion and emotion that fuels the locker room. For a team like the Eagles, that kind of spark could be invaluable during the grind of a long season. Beyond the stats, Bourne is a high-effort player who isn't afraid to do the dirty work. He blocks well in the run game, fights for yards after the catch, and maintains a team-first mentality regardless of his stat line. In a system like Philadelphia's, where versatility and unselfishness are prized. He could thrive as both a reliable contributor and a cultural fit. If the Eagles do make the move, they wouldn't just be adding a wide receiver. They'd be getting a tone setter. While no official deal has been confirmed, whispers around the league suggest that something might be brewing. For now, fans are left to wonder and watch. Could the Eagles be on the verge of turning a former foe into a new favorite? One thing's for sure. If Kendrick Bourne does land in Philly, the NFC East just got a whole lot more interesting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.